here's a funny little situation with my daughter when she was a teenager. I was helping a buddy. We had a painting company, and he had this van, and she always would joke that his van looked like a pedo van, right? So I was driving back from a painting job, and I saw her walking home from school, and I looked at her and I said, "Hey, little girl, want some candy?"
That's beautiful.
She looked at me and she goes, "No, Dad, get with the times. It's, hey, little girl, you want some free Wi-Fi?"
Oh, there you go. Nice, nice. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
So let me tell you about how old I am. So, you guys, we'll go right into the Jabberwockies shortly, but I walk in here. I'm just talking to you guys everything, and I just glance over and I notice this sitting here, right? And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. We're going to talk about LL Cool J.
Nice. Right? There you go.
And literally, I didn't put it together until about 90 seconds ago. I'm like, oh, no, that's a Jabberwockies thing. Yeah. Oh, my God, I'm that old.
Well, actually, if we want to get really old with it, actually, wasn't it Fat Albert that started that style? That
was probably right.
Or it wasn't Fat Albert, but it was one of his friends. Yeah. So that's how old I am, as I forgot. But,
no, exactly.
Yeah.
I think hey.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to say Mushmouth, but somebody will correct me on that. So.
Right. Oh yeah, they won't hesitate to correct you.
Wait, isn't Fat Albert the one? There's one guy that has the hat and then the eyes.
Yes, that's who I was talking about.
Yeah, okay. Nice.
He's on the show.
Yeah. No, exactly. And again, it's like it was kind of a sign of the times, but it's so distinct, and it's like in my head, I immediately went to that, and that still pushes me further back because even the Jabberwockies had a pretty solid range of music, right? Yeah. So how was it overall? It's like you said they did like they kind of did like decades or like ranges of
genres, decades.
The name of the show was called Timeless.
Okay.
So if that gives you any indication of where they were kind of going with what I thought was their interpretation of music and dance through the years.
Oh, very cool.
Is what.
Yeah, and their experience through the years as well, because they like at the end they showed like all their little clips from like ABDC and then like through the different competitions they were in.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So it was their history as well.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Their kind of legacy.
Right.
Because throughout it hasn't been the same people. It's like
of course, right.
They passed the torch on.
Moved with different people.
Well, first, before we get into anything further, let's introduce our special guest.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, absolutely. So, welcome in. We're I say we. I'm kind of the newest member of kind of this rock band community that's online. It being again another game where you're going to start reaching back into the past. But this tightly knit community is all over the country, of course, and we've been fortunate enough to live close enough
all over the world.
Right, all over the world, really, and we've been fortunate enough to live close enough to each other to have met in real life for a couple of them, and so now welcoming in.
We'll edit that.
I'm welcome.
We'll edit that. Don't worry.
I feel
For
good.
those that don't know me, I'm Paige_77-.
There you go.
I'm part of this community through marriage, so I am Mr. Page. I am Paige's biatch.
There you go.
If you're looking for it.
Yeah.
So.
But then your real names are Shanee and Stacy.
Stacy, correct, yes.
And a quick run up through. Let's go through what year we were born, so that kind of give the viewers an idea where we're coming from here.
I'm gonna go with that one's the oldest.
Oh yeah, so, but I mean it's like it's all academic at this point. It's like I'm 1979.
Yeah,
I am 76.
77.
78.
There you go.
Oh, okay, you got all of them. All right,
yeah.
All right.
All right. So if you're wondering, pretty much those years fall into the category. We're like the last generation of the Generation X. We're
Correct.
the last of the Mohicans, and then if you want to look at the other side, we're like the oldest of the Millennials. Like if you want to.
Right, and this is always something.
Millennials starts in
82 or something like that.
Right, and that's always the interesting part. There's a lot of, I say a lot. There is some gray area between all these well named generations.
Yeah.
I think it effectively started with the Greatest Generation, right? And then from there we've started naming them effectively, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So
Baby boomers.
and depending on how you define each one, there's always this little chunk of gray area of a few years in between where you could say you're one way or the other, right?
Right.
And so we fall very much in that gray area between those two generations, and even that gray area has its own distinct
Very
experience.
Yeah, exactly.
for sure.
And
I think one thing that really defines our time is that we were like the first generation that grew up with video games
With
as
console.
kids. Yeah.
100%. That's something I talk about it in
and
public
full
a
on
lot.
computer sense.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Right. Were we talking about it? Were you talking about that? Where it's like, we were old enough where we went through most of grade school or all of grade school, effectively with no internet access. Really.
Yeah.
No real internet access. No real.
There was no internet.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Right.
We're the last
And-
to go through high school without
Any
Right,
internet.
Yeah.
And then,
Right, yeah.
and then by the time we get to college, it's becoming quickly much more just a part of daily life.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it's like we very much got both sides of it in very distinct parts of our lives, and very
Dude,
formative parts of our lives.
I remember still even in college, man. Like it just started, and like all I knew was email.
Oh,
Because like all that other stuff, like what it was like
Dial-up.
very new. Yeah.
Right.
So.
No,
I didn't even have. I wasn't part of that. I was there for when chats were actually a new thing.
Yeah.
When people were actually on the computer and they were talking to somebody, and I'm like, what is that? Like,
Yeah.
I'd never seen anybody do that. So, again, college kid.
Yeah.
I didn't go to college, so I just walk in on this, like, what's this new thing that everybody's doing?
Right.
Well, I'm talking to this person on the other side of the country. And it's like, what?
right. Exactly.
Like a pen pal? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you
Yeah.
talking
Back
about?
that's what we called them, pen pals, right?
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
when you would write somebody.
Somebody like far
I
away.
remember I was working for Wild Things, the t-shirt printing company,
Right.
when it kind of first came out, and my boss was on the computer, and AOL had sent like a thing, and it was like a scam,
Okay.
and he's like, well, they're asking for my credit card information, and of course
The very first scam.
me knowing
right.
like, well, what do you mean they're asking for your credit card information? And he's like, yeah, they asked me for my credit card information. I was like, did you give it to him? And then he was like, yeah. And I said, well, you need to shut your card down.
Immediately, right.
And I'm sitting there probably like 20, I'm like 20 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're an idiot. But he's like, but it asked me for that. And I said, you just, if somebody asks you for your social security number, you're going to give
Right.
it?
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, I thought that was funny, and he got all scared, and he did. He had to shut everything down.
Right. So how old was he at the time?
Probably mid-30s.
Right. So I feel like that's a very good example of I mean, it's been exactly that this whole way through, right? Where it's like, millennials and Gen Zers still kind of make fun of that. That's the internet memery,
Right.
of,
Right.
this generation being mad at the younger generation because they don't know, how things work or how things are supposed to work in the real world. And the younger generation tells the older generation, it's like, you don't know how to set up voicemail or open up a computer, and it's
Right.
like, it's that distinct or that delineation. So.
Yeah. Programming a VCR, that's what I knew. I mean, that's the most I knew.
That's significant. That's pretty
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah.
Like, if you could do that, that's a
Yeah, I think technology is a lot easier than that used to be.
Right. Yeah.
You're like, hold on, wait, you watch it?
Right.
I got this.
Yeah, you're right. You're writing an entire like computer program with like 3 buttons,
Yeah.
like play, stop, and record. No, it's come a long way, of course, but that's the funny part is we've gotten to see it in our prime, basically.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
I
we
think
were there for when like pagers came out, when that was a thing.
Dude,
When
that was
cell
a big,
phone-
yeah. See, that's
when
another
the cell
one.
phone came out, it was the Nokia. You had one standard model that
okay.
The
everybody
analog,
got.
yeah.
Yeah, analog.
Yeah.
Nokia, and the pager came first, and then it was like,
Yeah.
whoa, that but there was probably a good solid 3 years. So
I got a
pager,
good one
yeah.
for you though. His parents didn't like him very much when cell phones came out.
Mm-hmm.
Who got you a cell phone?
yeah, Shanee got me my cell phone.
Under my name.
right.
And we weren't
You
even
were all-
together.
Oh yeah.
We both learned something, didn't we?
It was like we weren't even together, but I'm like, why would I put this guy on my plan and get him a cell phone?
Right.
He was okay.
Yeah.
I think he paid it.
I got to talk to my girlfriend, and
It wasn't me.
and then I didn't have to. Yeah,
That speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Damn. Seriously, yeah.
and I didn't have to put it under my name.
Right.
Pretty cool.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, the girl that got you that phone, you should keep it though.
Yeah. I ended up supplying her. Or she's found me. I'm sorry, she found me.
No, very good.
And I remember, and before we got married though, I took you off of it finally.
Oh yeah, you did.
I made you get your own.
Yeah.
This is gonna be
like-
a long-term
I'm
thing,
like,
you know.
I'm like, you're a big boy now. You should probably get your own phone.
I would have, but I'd already destroyed my credit by then. Oh yeah, thanks for fixing that for me too.
I fixed his credit.
Hey.
Speaking of the pager, you guys remember like?
Boobless.
Well, not just boobless,
Yes.
but there was also
I love
pager
you.
alphabet. We could write actual messages on pagers, like with the numbers. You guys remember
I
that?
don't remember that.
So-
I remember like
Well, like there was like
Hello,
there's like
or-
yeah the
That
43110.
Oh,
that's
you're talking
hello.
about
Yeah.
the birth of T9.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
that's what I remember.
basically-
where it was like
basically,
the
yeah.
people that were deep into it. It's like that's exactly what they did. It's like
Yeah.
that was I never did it myself. It's like the people that I knew that where we contacted back and forth. No, it was just like you send your number and it's like I know to call you, right? But the people that I saw do that, where it was like. It was the funniest thing. It was everybody turned into Sherlock Holmes for like 10 minutes.
Right.
Where it was like,
Figure it
all of a
out.
sudden they got this like 15-digit freaking message on their pager, and they're like, oh.
Yeah,
And then I
no,
see-
yeah.
Yeah, and then you see them like dig in, and they're on a table like, all right.
Dude, me and my
They
friends
start
used to
doing
like
the
write
T9.
letters
Right.
to
Oh,
each other
yeah,
in pager code. Yeah.
I just remember having to find a phone, and that was easy back in the day. It's like,
Oh, the payphones?
Yeah,
Oh man,
yeah.
the 35 cents.
Yes,
the-
35 cents, exactly.
Oh my god, but that was so. It was still so inconvenient sometimes because I have my pager and then my dad would page me when if I was out late and I'm like 16 years old, he's like he wants me to come home, but then he also wants to know where I am.
That's
I'm
the
like,
whole reason why
I'm
I
like,
got
dude,
you the pager.
Yeah, but I'm like, let me just get home. Because it's gonna take time for me to get off the freeway, find a payphone, and then call him.
Right.
I'd rather just race home. And then I'd still get in a world of trouble.
Well,
'cause
sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just like I
I
would have called you. Yeah, but then it's like
No. At that point, it's like if you're on the road on the way home, but it's still too far,
Yeah.
and you get the message. That's just a message saying you're in trouble.
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
what
that's
that
true.
says.
Yeah, you just like
It's
your shit out.
Right.
Right.
Hey, you
He's like,
baby
don't-
paid you.
Don't worry. Don't
Yeah,
worry
but-
about your solution.
Yeah, that's true, right?
how far we've come though now is like right now I can go like to my phone and I just hit a button and it tells me where he is, it tells me where Max is, it tells me where
Yeah.
Mason is, it tells me
Right.
like,
And that's the amazing part, right?
That's
It's
crazy,
like
yeah.
I always and I'll still contend with that where baby boomers I think saw a bigger jump in technology,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
but it's like the distance that we've seen has been just
Well,
insane.
And it's the same because right now I can literally pick up my phone, call my what would Max be?
Gen Z.
Gen Z.
Yeah.
Call my Gen Z kid and be like, pick up the phone that I paid for, and it's gonna go straight to voicemail that has never been set up yet.
Right.
Yeah, you cannot leave a voice
yeah,
message because
exactly. So it's the same. It's essentially the same thing. I know
Right.
exactly where the kid is,
Yeah.
and it's like you just are just basically flipping me off right now.
well, I think it's the thing of like it's texting. Like I won't even like sometimes I'll try to call him, but I know Max is not feeling well and probably sleeping.
Right.
So it's a text. It's like,
Yeah.
call me now. And then
Okay, so are you guys okay? Because like I've noticed this with like even with some of my friends.
You beat me to it. This is exactly that
Right.
it was already in my head.
Like and like I kind of was in the whole camp of I like to call people,
Sure. Yeah. yeah.
contact them, like,
Right.
And then, but then, like I kind of morphed into the whole like I gave in and I bought into the whole texting thing, and so now like when I text friends and they try to call me, I'm like, don't call me, just text me. I'm
Yeah,
like, I don't want to call, I don't want to talk to you.
I don't use that right
I don't want
now.
to really talk to you, but I want you to.
I'm 100% in that
Yeah.
camp.
Yeah, I want you to answer me right now, but I don't want you to call me. Like, it's like this weird.
See, that's the thing. I'm not even in the answer me right now. It's like I just haven't been in dire need of anything.
Yeah,
lately.
that's true.
At least
Yeah,
not that I can remember off the top of my head, but
Yeah.
that was the great part about texting, and that's why I kind of fell into that camp so quickly, where it was like it in both directions. You respond when you want to respond, right?
Yeah.
And it was like that was perfect, right? But as soon as you get that call, you're like, I got to do this now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to make that commitment.
Right.
This could turn into so
it's a
many different
commitment.
things.
It really is.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got to take 5 minutes out of your day, and
Yeah.
you're like,
Uh-huh. Oh man.
Well,
Yeah.
I think in that sense for me, because like my therapy background and stuff like
Yeah.
that, a lot of times when people want to talk to me, it's gonna be a long conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Don't I know?
So-
Oh my god.
Like you already know
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah,
kind of
so
what
it's
you're.
kind of like,
Right.
all right, let's set this up.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm not in the zone right now, so I have to like know exactly. I'm like, okay, it's my sis. I know there's something wrong.
Or she
Yeah.
looks over at me and she's like, no, go ahead. You can have the TV. And then gets up and then goes out. I'm like, oh, she's going to be a minute.
This is right.
I get very happy because then I'm like, all right,
That's when
she's
you
all
get the most
mine. Yeah.
We're
It's
getting-
She's not
we're
going to
getting
sit there
two
and
games of
talk.
Call of Duty
Yeah,
this time.
if somebody's got something deep to talk about, she gets up and she leaves.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
right.
Immortal and I do that too, where we like kind of set it up. He's like, hey, or I'm like, oh yeah, we'll chat, and I'll be like, all right, give me like,
yeah.
give me like an hour or something, like I'm doing something, and then it's like, okay, now I know I'm gonna be on the phone for
Right.
Yeah.
a certain amount of time, especially with my sisters or like anybody that I know is like, has text me they're having a problem,
Yeah.
having an issue, and it's like, okay, we're gonna have to go deep into that.
Yeah.
I'm not ready. All right, let me.
Right. See, I think that's the funny part about it. I think we're all much more fluid about it, and
Yeah.
it's like I said, I more heavily fall into the one camp. But I'm gonna say within our gray area, within our Xennial or
Xennials, that's
right.
right.
Xennials.
Gen Xers with millennial
right.
tendencies.
But see, that's the thing. It's like even that's a
Speak
little
of the
bit.
devil.
Oh, wow.
You're going to have to cut some
Yeah,
of
no,
that
he's
out.
a caller.
do it
He's a
right.
caller. Oh my god.
We were just talking about
Yeah,
you being a
we're-
caller.
Dude.
Yeah, Immortal, I think your ears were ringing.
Yeah.
We were talking about you.
I'm in the truck, so I can't text.
Oh.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
We'll still talk shit. Right?
Okay. Are you coming?
Driving would be bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, we're podcasting. I think we have to like reset it again. Are you headed this way or are you?
Yes, I just wanted to make sure that everything was good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
heck yeah, man. It's actually going really good.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time.
Good.
Okay, we'll see you soon.
Sorry for
Yes. So we got a new addition that just popped out of thin air. Yeah. So well, why don't you just introduce yourself real quick? Your name and what year you were born.
My name is Adama, and I was born in 1979.
There you
What?
go.
What? Xennials.
279.
All right.
Yeah.
77, 76, 78.
So I would be the old man of the group.
Old
Damn it.
Man River.
If we get somebody in here that's 1980, you have to leave.
Yeah. All right.
This is what you guys have to look forward to.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm already getting some.
But I do game, just badly,
Yeah.
most all of the time.
Hey, welcome to the crowd on that one. That's
Well, we were talking about that. We were the first generation that grew up in video games. We were also the first generation to be parents
Right?
of kids who now play video games.
right.
So,
Where we can play with them.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
play with them, and
Yeah.
you guys have your own consoles, basically, right? Like,
Yeah, we do. It's just the games have gotten a lot faster. Some of my kids, but I play COD, and that's slow compared to like Overwatch.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
some
yeah.
of these
Oh, yeah.
games are just so fast, and the amount of team play that you have to have, and coordination to
Yeah.
actually have a successful game. It's fast, super fast.
You play one of the new ones, right? A new like first-person shooter style, something faster than Call of Duty.
I'm kind of like on his boat on that.
Oh, yeah?
I'm like I missed the boat on that. I remember playing like GoldenEye.
Oh, of
Oh,
course.
yeah,
Like,
dude.
and then even Halo when that first came out
Yep.
and stuff. But I was never very good at first-person shooters, so I was like, I got tired of getting killed all the time by little teenagers and fucking little kids and shit. So
Yes.
I was like, yeah, this is not
squeakers,
my...
right?
It's like, so I like third party, like someone like Mass Effect 3 had a really
Oh, yeah.
good third
Absolutely.
person
Right.
shooter, but it was all co-op.
The
And I
co-op
love-
is
I love
awesome.
that.
Oh my god, yeah.
But like stuff like tournaments like Call of Duty and stuff, I just prefer playing the single campaign missions
Oh,
than
gotcha.
actually playing online. The
Right, that's
online
fair.
games that I play are like the Rock Band, like we do.
Yeah.
and some other ones where it's not so skills based, I guess. Mario Kart. I do a lot of Mario Kart.
Oh yeah, well Mario Kart's classic because I think that still came up within our wheelhouse. Like we I'm sure most of us probably started it back in the day when it was on Super Nintendo.
Yes,
and then
absolutely.
Kind of moved on, right?
That's what
Rainbow Road.
That's what we all cut our teeth on.
Exactly.
The classic couch co-op.
Couch co-op. Exactly.
I mean, the movie's good.
Oh yeah, that's right. You saw the Super Mario movie. Very cool. And see, that's and I'm sure they probably had a decent amount of fan service for those of us that have been on it, that have been in it that long.
Yeah.
But again, that's another sign of the times where it's like it looks almost foreign to us to see how mainstream it's all gotten.
Yeah,
right?
dude. Because growing up, it was all about, hey, come on over, let's play some, whatever, this and this. Now it's like, hey, go back to your home so we can play this.
Go back to your home so that we can
play online. It's like, what?
I need the bigger screen.
Yeah.
We'll even think of GoldenEye. You sat there on a couch with like three
Exactly. You had the screen split up 4 ways. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Getting mad at anybody if they try to pick odd job.
You always went to your buddy's house that had the biggest TV.
Yes,
exactly.
Always.
Exactly.
Mega Man 2 was mine, so Mega Man 2 came out, and it was waiting for that control, waiting for him to die, so then I had to pass it over to you so you can get after it.
Yeah, that was awesome.
No,
some great times, man.
Right. I mean, and like you said, it's like GoldenEye was, especially for us, it's. That defines my college life. It's like it was for my entire college career. It was a mixture of GoldenEye and Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
Like
see, I'm a car guy.
Oh yeah.
Didn't do the Gran Turismo. I couldn't get. I wasn't technical enough to have the patience to not tune everything in or get everything the way it's everything right because you literally had to take a class before you actually started playing, to where you get good. So
but that was the fun part about that game. It's like, but that's me. My individual gaming lends itself to that kind of play. Like I played a lot of Madden, a little bit before PlayStation 2, but mostly starting with PlayStation 2, Madden 2001 moving forward, I got deep into it, right? The thing is, I was never really good at the skills-based part of it. What I loved doing was building up the team franchise
mode.
Oh man, that was my bag, even to this day.
Played until like 30 years into the future.
We talk about retro. It's like you're deeper in it than I am. I ended up finding an Xbox 360 online, got it for like super cheap. I've never really owned an Xbox for the most part, and I got it, and it had a bunch of games with it. It's like I got a bunch of games for really cheap, and so I was just running through things, testing it out, and it's like Madden 2012 was on it, right? And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, let me throw it in there, and it's like, let me see what's going on. I proceeded to play that every night for like 2 months solid. Like, I just got right back into it, and it's like it's an 11-year-old game, and I was just like, nope, right back into it. Here we go.
I think we did that with the older Resident Evil ones because I could do all the puzzles, and I'd just tell him where to go, and I'd be like, "Oh, you missed that. Go back there."
I'm like, "What the hell do I have to go back there for?"
And I'm like,
and he's sitting next to me going, "Well, idiot, you need to go back there. So that's gonna come later in the game, like way later."
You need a key. You need to fit. Yeah, I think the funnest part of that one was we got stuck on it one time, and it was because the jewel was in a vase, and he didn't turn the vase.
So
we're like stuck, and I'm like, it has to do with that vase, and he's like, no, it doesn't. And he'd go to the vase, and he's like, I can't do anything with that.
No, it said look inside. Finally, we looked inside,
and then there was
and
the
then
jewel.
It's like, okay, there's the jewel. All right, we'll just take it. Well, there's no button for that. Just can't take the jewel.
Then he's like, well, my stuff is full. I'm like, go back to your stupid thing, drop something off, and go get the jewel. Anyways,
super fun.
The puzzles
sounds fun.
The puzzles were always the funnest because I was
100%.
like, I know this and that. And then so when the newer ones started coming out and they were super lame, I was like, I'm all sitting there, there's no puzzles and there's just
all right, so let's fast forward. We're talking about that with having kids, right?
Yeah.
So this one wanted to go out to karaoke at the bar.
Yeah.
Well, we had small kids growing up, so I was dad. So somebody had to stay home with the kids. So it's like I finally got into a game. It was called Splinter Cell.
Oh yeah, Tom Clancy's.
Dude.
I
did Splinter Cell, and that was just
stealth,
new for me.
baby.
So it was like, you know, we're talking like babies, really easy to take care of because,
Right.
you know, you feed them and then you set them next to you and you got a co-pilot, you know, like, okay, let's ride on this game for, yeah, you'll sleep for like 6 hours. I'm good.
Right.
So go karaoke and I get my screen time. It was fantastic. And I had, you know, my co-pilot with me.
Absolutely. No, that's awesome. That's perfect. And again, it's like that's something that basically didn't happen before you. You know what I mean? It's like it never would have happened before you. And now you've got to this point where you have a lot of parents who all of a sudden have kids, and it's like again, the skill, you know, the skill gap might be there, but you know, you
Right.
you're still able to play with kids in a way that, you know, we never would have thought of when we were kids. you
Yeah.
know, so.
My favorite was he was playing COD one day and he was like, "Babe, this little 9-year-old kid told me he's gonna rape me with his gun."
Yes, I
How
remember that
rude.
vividly.
I'm like-
I was just like, in a high-pitched, squeaky voice, squeakers
Yeah.
threaten me with that. I'm just like, I'm going to find where you live.
Listen, you little shit.
Choice words with your parents.
And he forgets sometimes when he's playing COD that my mic is plugged in.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. The hate that I get, because it usually is right next to the speaker, so everybody else is just like, oh, mute. Like, turn it off, stupid, turn it off. Like, oh, okay, my bad, I'm sorry, guys.
And it messes with my calibration because he'll pull it from
Yeah.
the thing. And then I get on and I'm off. I'm like, damn it, he unplugged my mic.
I used to do a lot of gaming with my daughter when she was growing up too. So like you say about the growing up with it, like my daughter when I would get Pokemon. And,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I would get one version of Pokemon, and then I would get her the other version, and then we would like go through the game together, and like I would play, and then she would play, and then we'd try to like get our best teams together, and then we'd like beat the crap out of each other.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Right,
right.
Against each other
Yeah.
with their Pokemon. That was a big one. So not necessarily online stuff as much, but another one was I got my daughter into rhythm games, like how I love to do the Rock Band. And
Yeah.
stuff
Oh,
like
of
that.
course, right.
For sure, yeah.
Donkey Konga was a huge one.
That's
that
right.
her
It
and I
came
would
it
play
came with the
the
things,
bongo
right?
drums. I still actually have it in my retro collection.
Oh, that's
wow.
that's amazing.
And because you can play up to 4 players, and I actually have 4 sets of bongo drums, and sometimes like she'll come down and visit, and we'll still go back in that room, and we'll like go back and play and like revisit her childhood, and she loves that.
Oh, that is
That
super
is so
cool.
cool.
That's so
It
cool.
got
to have
her-
that.
See, that's
rhythm games.
yeah,
Right,
that's
right.
that's so awesome because like
Right.
you know, like growing up, like dude, I'd have to like fight to keep like I remember my parents like smashing a couple of my consoles because we were playing it too much. You know, because
Oh,
they were like
man.
they're like totally like
Old traditional.
Didn't
they're
understand.
like, what is this? It's gonna rot your brain. You know, like you know, this is stupid stuff. You know, and then like you know, now you guys are like the cool parents. It's like
Right.
Well, our
Yeah,
parents
they
were the
let-
same.
you know?
Our parents were
Yeah.
the same way. So they got
Right.
my very first like real gift was a Super Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
I got it. Well, the backstory on that is like the night before, my cousin and I got arrested on Christmas Day. So of course we were in juvie Christmas Day.
For destroying a school.
Yeah, I was a little vandal. So anyway, so
That's a story for another day.
yeah, we're supposed to give that much. Okay. So anyway, of course, you know, I knew what I was getting.
yeah.
So parents had to come pick me up from juvie, and because I was a selfish son of a bitch, I'm like, so what does this mean about Christmas? And of course, my parents were like, oh, dude, like what? But I had to ask.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You ruined Christmas.
That's awesome.
But that's what's funny about being the parent now, and then when like we were kids and stuff. Like one of the funny things that I always think is funny with gaming and stuff. Like when we were kids, we were like, "Hold on, I got to get to a save point," or "Hold on."
Oh,
Yeah.
save
Right.
points.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah, yeah.
God.
Just 5 more, but parents would get pissed off. Like,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
coming right now.
Yeah.
And then fucking, so you either had to leave your system on and then wait, or you shut it off and lost everything before your parents did.
Yeah.
Like, so as my daughter grew up, she'd be like, Hold on, Dad. I'm in an online match. I can't just break away. And so, like, I at least understood.
You understand,
what she
yeah.
was going through, and like, all right, you got 10 minutes. You better end it then, or then I end it.
Same conversation that we almost identical in our house. It's
Yeah.
like, yo, they're actually gonna punish me if I leave right now. So, and then we get it. We're like, all right, man.
If you play
Like,
online games,
like,
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. but
And you know when you're being
sometimes-
taken advantage of
sometimes
too.
they
Like,
take
oh,
advantage.
They do.
That-
They
yeah,
still
that gives
do.
you
They still
more-
find.
yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
kids.
yeah,
They
yeah.
always
It's
find
like-
ways.
You're
Right?
looking-
We know.
It's like I
You
can
just
look at it and
started
be
the
like,
match.
okay,
Right.
I
Exit
know.
out.
Yeah, and then they'll go again, and I'm like, no, oh no.
I know what you did right there. I know that.
Now you're not taking another 15 minutes.
Can't
Go to the
bullshit a
store.
bullshitter
That'll
here.
work on grandma and grandpa, but not under this roof.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Get your ass up and take out the trash or whatever it is.
Oh,
Nice.
man.
And they do, yeah. I mean, they're pretty good about it, but I know the same thing because they get on my like they'll come out and I'm like
Yeah.
rock banding and I'm online or whatever and they're like Ma and I'm like
I can't.
and then I'm like I'm singing. What do you need? Like or whatever. But never mind. And they wait and then the song ends and then they come out. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Hey, so we all kind of understand. It's like I'm busy.
Yeah, and for our family, just current now until Brayson got space internet or whatever. We had it to
Elon
where
Musk.
everybody in a household with it used to have 5 people in the whole house. We were all online, so we had to figure out blocks of time to use the internet because we just couldn't all get on the internet at
Right.
once. If we
Right.
did,
Just pull. Yeah. you
nobody's
just pull the
playing,
button,
right? Yeah,
Exactly.
nobody's doing nothing, and yeah, now we fixed that since then. But yeah, that was
It was funny
definitely
because
growing up. And
since we've had it, I think we've had it for like 3 weeks. I got kicked off of Rock Band once.
Only once. Wow.
So
with
far.
your
Dude, that's
Okay.
better than
Yeah.
like the once every 2 hours.
Right.
From
Once
before.
every half an hour sometimes.
Yeah.
There was a lot of times where every time I played with her, she'd be circling the drain.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
always
yeah,
the,
the whole
the
time.
spinning
I was like,
circle
"You're
of
gonna get
death.
kicked, you're gonna get kicked, and she would get kicked like every other song.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Our poor internet. But yeah, now we have space internet.
Nice. Space Link.
But I mean, it is amazing. It's like effectively, it's the new hot water. Like,
Right.
you
it
guys-
is no, that's
Right,
a
right.
really good. That's a good way to
It's-
put it for sure.
I mean, people talk about nowadays. It's like effectively the internet is a utility. It's
Oh, yeah.
it's borderline vital to survaying in this country.
Yeah.
I couldn't work from home and do my job.
100%.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah, and we went. Brayson had to figure out the internet went down, and I was like, "All right, good thing we're not hitting the month thing, or we're gonna get locked into it." And I was like, well, "How would it go down? Why would it go down?" And then he was working, so I couldn't.
he was so mad. He actually texted me at work, and I'm like, "Dude, I'm working right now. I can't help you."
He figured out that we have to update it,
Oh.
so he did like a software update,
yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, it's back up." So it was out for like a half an hour, and he was so mad. I was like, "I don't know, this is your deal, dude." And so he got it. He was like, "Mom, we have to update that." Oh, I'm like, "Okay," and he's like, "It's up. We're good." I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "Keep it. We're keeping it." And I'm like,
Well, even the importance of Wi-Fi, like you said, like so.
Yeah.
Here's a funny little situation with my daughter when she was a teenager. I was helping a buddy. We had a painting company, and he had this van, and she always would joke that his van looked like a pedo van.
Right.
So I was driving back from a painting job, and I saw her walking home from school, and I looked at her and I said, "Hey, little girl, want some candy?"
That's beautiful.
You bastard.
She looked at me and she goes, "No, Dad, get with the times. It's, hey, little girl, you want some free Wi-Fi?"
Sick bird.
That was pretty funny, but it
Yeah.
goes to show
Yeah.
you
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
the differences of
how important it is for.
we don't care about candy.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like candy ain't gonna lure me.
All right, dude. Free Wi-Fi. You're gonna pull in some
Yeah.
adults.
You're gonna pull some adults.
Yeah.
It was pretty. It was just funny.
Right. Oh no, that was
You guys
perfect.
could
That
get
was awesome.
sent
Yeah.
for sure.
Right. Oh my god.
Free Wi-Fi sits there.
Just comes out of the bushes.
Right.
Right?
Oh man.
Oh,
No,
wow, that's great.
but that's it. It's just a different era.
It's a necessity like these are.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah,
this,
exactly.
this is my life.
Right. Yeah. You were saying
Like my
that. This is-
banking, this has everything in the world in it, including all that.
We're basically cyborgs now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We just don't have it implanted, but
Elon's working on that.
oh yeah, yeah,
He is.
RFID chip. Yeah, yeah.
I was mad at him about the Tesla thing because all the recalls and stuff, but now I'm like, all right, space internet, you're good.
Well, so that's the funny part about it, right? So, like you said, it's your life, it's your computer where you know, even as we were growing up and PCs became a thing and you had internet, as like that was kind of your lifeline. And as we've moved forward, all of a sudden it's like now it's in our hands, it's in our pockets, and we always have access, which is something. And I just saw it again going through retro stuff. I had old emulators way back in the day and in piracy days. Don't pirate, kids.
You don't have to. Everything's free.
Yeah.
You know, everything's gotten so advanced now.
Yeah.
I did this, and it's like I literally have barely opened it, don't play it at all, but I only have like a few games on my phone. It's like I don't really play that many games on the phone.
Neither do I.
But just put it on here, and I've got a Super Nintendo emulator that you know was for Android, and you know everything's fine. That's all good stuff. And it's like, so I grabbed a couple of ROMs to see if it works, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like it works, and it's like, so it's on here, and I can do it. I just haven't done it that much because again, I don't really do much gaming on the phone. But what this is this is me giving service to like my 12-year-old self. Where it's like, I know if I could show this to 12-year-old me that had a Super Nintendo at the house or was playing Super Nintendo at friends' houses, it's like, dude, you know, in 30 years, you're going to have that in your pocket. You can play whenever you want. I would blow my own mind. Like, I would just,
Right?
my 12-year-old self would just explode. You know what I mean? It's like, you're going to be able to play Street Fighter 2 on a phone in your pocket anytime you want.
And enter in the Game Boy.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Game Boy
Game Boy.
cartridges,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, yeah.
PlayStation came out, and
Now it's what is it? The Switch.
the
Yeah, the Switch
huge.
is now the big deal. Right.
They went back to the cartridges for that, which is kind of
Exactly.
funny because those cartridges actually can hold more
Then
information on them than
all
an
those
actual
discs.
Blu-ray.
Really?
Right, because it's all solid state
Really?
stuff now. Yeah.
Jeez, dude. Okay.
But there's another thing though with gaming though. The one thing that sucks though with gaming now is
It's
that
all digital.
it's not just turning digital, but like when you buy a game, you're not even getting the full game anymore.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
part of the game, and then you get like
Yeah,
updates,
updates and
via the internet.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
It's
what
never
I-
a finished game.
Exactly.
It's,
No.
What I feel bad, like for me with retro collecting now, I mainly collect only PS2 and before.
Yep.
Because, okay, let's just say Cyberpunk 2077, right? That game was atrocious on launch. You couldn't even play it on PS4, and it was barely playable on PS5.
Oh, yeah.
What's 20 years from now, when all the servers are down, and someone wants to go back and play that game, it's going to be hard unless you found a really good emulator. But you're not going to be able to go back to the actual console
hardware. Right.
and play it anymore because it's going to be unplayable without any patches.
Absolutely.
So just that's one of the things that does suck about though our modern
Yeah, that move
situation.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right. As you move on, it's like that effectively kind of puts a ceiling on what you can do with that hobby with retro game collecting. Yeah, that makes sense a lot. I've heard about people worried about those things, and I never really thought about it that way. So
That's why like it changed my whole way of how I collect and stuff. I mean, I still will collect some stuff for like PS3, Wii U, all the other things, but it's not nearly as much as I want because I am generally worried about that. Like I want to be able to go back and play these, down the road.
Right.
But I can go pop my Super Nintendo in, and I know I got the full game from start to finish.
Yeah.
Just ready to go.
Right.
Even
You're
without
ready to
emulators.
Oh, goodness.
Oh yeah, so this I wanted to maybe bring up, talk about the thing that we were talking about earlier this weekend or this week. It's kind of relevant, I guess, to the times, but about the whole transgender, movement that's going on.
Okay.
You guys,
Give me a soda real quick. That's all. Well, we're gonna.
You want to get canceled before you even get started?
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm ready.
yeah, right.
I'm ready. We gotta be controversial.
Yeah.
It's the controversial segment now.
Well, yeah, let's get into this.
Yeah.
The trans situation, right?
Yeah.
So for anybody that doesn't know, Stacy and I have a transgender child, and
Which from what to what?
from female to male.
Okay.
So from she, her to he, him.
Yeah.
Which
That's about as far as I know about it.
well,
Until I'm corrected by
and
him on it.
and a lot of them, like some of them prefer the they
Them.
theirs. But yeah, Max is doing well, and him and I had already had to go through that whole process and tell Max that it's kind of like a death. It's like a loss.
Yeah.
It's a loss of an idea or a dream.
Okay.
But we got to a point where it was like Max was suicidal.
So depressed.
Very depressed. It was a big thing. And so him and I just decided, it's like, I'd rather have a son than a dead daughter.
Yeah.
So,
And we had to come through that. But for me and in my background, it was really tough for me, alpha male. I had certain expectations because that's what I knew, because that's how my parents taught me.
Right.
So going through this thing, it was, completely, new. But I knew that, there wasn't just one of them, because this was now becoming a something that was in the news and that was talked about, and something that wasn't, made up or make believe.
it's not taboo anymore.
Right.
It's kind of out there.
Yeah.
Where it's not, they're not hiding it as much as it used to be hidden.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's how I've always understood it, as it's come more to the forefront, where it's like there's no increase or decrease or anything like that. It's just people being more willing to talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and a lot of guys at work, that have kids that are young kids, they know what I'm going through or what I've been through. So hopefully they can take what we're trying to do, and they'll just kind of put that in the memory bank, not to go after your kid or be so hard on somebody who's going through some really tough decisions.
And
in their life.
sometimes you understand that it's phases.
Right. Yeah.
Because I know there's one trans that wanted to be a male, did the whole thing, did hormone everything or whatever, has a really deep voice, actually sings on the game too. That decided, nope, I'm a female again. It's like so
it's like such a slippery slope when it comes to that. Because nowadays you have the other side of that, where like the parents are taking them at a young age and trying to influence that whole
right.
You're not a boy, you're a girl, and
recruiting
and then getting them to do those irreversible surgeries and stuff like that, like at an early age. It's like,
I think that's the thing. I think as you get into more parents, it's going to be more along the lines of kind of what they did, right? Where it's like, it's not so much encouraging as it is just kind of letting them go through that. And again, it's like if you're good parents about it, like you said, it's like you can see whether or not that becomes a phase, or if it's a
and that's what we kind of did at the beginning,
right.
Where I was kind of like give it some time, because it went from all the younger girls, somebody was going to be bi, somebody was going to be a lesbian, somebody was going to be, and Max just was like, I'm trans, and I'm like, I don't know. It kind of seems like it might have been a phase.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, how far are you willing to take it? Well, apparently 2 testosterone shots, and now has a mustache, and okay.
Yeah.
And I think the hard part for Max is that wanting to be masculine and everything like that. Max is my size.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you're going to be a tough, short one. Like that's just
it is called little man syndrome. We'll go this through to this together as well.
That's cool.
Adama, thoughts?
Yeah. For me, when it comes to that, it's just like, as long as no one's hurting anybody or anything like that, it's like, I'm the type of person, like, you do you.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
that's
as long as, like, I don't understand it, but just because I don't understand it doesn't mean I'm going to demean someone for it.
Right.
Or
I'm with that.
Yeah.
That's so smart.
I actually have a family member that that transitioned and stuff like that, and like I've been supportive of them as they've done it, turning from female to male, and like I told them, I was like, look, you do whatever's gonna make you happy in life, as long as you're not hurting anybody or anything like that.
Right.
Then if that makes what makes you happy, then go to it. But I tell them all the time, I'm like, I've known you for 30 years a certain way, so like, don't fucking jump down my throat.
Right.
If I
Exactly.
accidentally
That's
get
the
thrown
one
on
thing
you or
I'm like,
something like that or whatnot.
Right.
And they've been pretty good about that
Right.
with me as well. And
Well,
like, I try to be respectful and whatnot when it comes to calling by their new name, not their dead name,
right?
And using their pronouns that they want. But even I fucked that up at times.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but that's the thing. You were honest about it.
Yeah.
And we still do. You've heard him say she. I mean, he like and that's something that we talked to Max about. I did it extensively. I said, this is going to take time.
Some time, yeah.
Because what we're used to, it's just in our DNA. We're just
Yeah.
You were a girl.
Yeah, you're
So
flexible.
when I talk about you, sometimes I'm going to say she.
Yeah.
Sometimes we've gotten a lot better at it because we had to practice. Like we had to like catch ourselves.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you still have to be a parent. So of course they're they're still
kids.
children. So at first it was almost weaponized to where if I was like, "Did you do your homework? Why isn't the kitchen clean?" Then it was just like I would ask to do these things, and then all of a sudden it was depression, and I'm like, "Hey, wait a minute, you can't use that against me
Right.
because you're not doing the normal things. Like we've given you everything, we've taken you to get the treatment. We're doing everything that we're supposed to do as a parent,
all that
Yeah.
stuff,
and you can't." And I would say it took probably a good like 3 months, and it really got into the normality of being a real parent, being there, and understanding what's going on, but still yet being a positive influence in their life, saying, "Yo, you got so much to go for, no matter which direction you want to go."
Yeah.
All right. I think that's part of why. Again, it's like you guys having such a good grasp of kind of where things are. It again is in that same gray area for us where we grew up with those old traditional, I guess, values or old traditional views.
Yeah.
But we're still again millennial enough to be able to say it's like, well, I can see you're not hurting anybody. This is what you want. You can let it go.
Yeah.
It's like, I think that's a good way to look at it.
We don't
accepting
want you to be hurting at the same
Right.
time. Like
Exactly.
Exactly. That's what it boiled down
And so-
to at the end, right? Just
Right.
you either dead daughter or
Right.
life.
Or a
That's
brand new
that-
son.
Right.
that's the realization of it.
Yeah.
Max is going to be 17. It seems like this is kind of a set thing now. I mean, we looked at it probably in the first 3 to 6 months. Like, we've seen phases and we've seen changes with Max before. This one's kind of sticking. So,
Okay.
I mean, we're
Word.
down.
Yeah.
Now it's normal.
I seriously still want grandchildren. I don't want to give me any.
Well, that's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, that's another conversation for another time.
This is true.
No, actually, what's funny, I feel like that's always something. You had talked about watching Bobby Lee's podcast, where it's like coming from those traditional Asian households.
Oh yeah,
traditional Korean household. It's like as soon as you veer off the norm, it's like, oh no, I'll just kill everybody involved. That's
yeah. You talk about how his dad's like, oh, in order to get him to not be gay.
When I was a kid, right, my parents were very kind of racist and homophobic. Mm-hmm. My dad would say simple things like, "If you're gay, I kill you, everybody. Your gay friend, everybody." Whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, he would look at me, everybody gay. You gay, everybody. Everybody die. Right? And,
wait, was he worried about you being gay?
Yeah.
What the heck? Your friend is every time. What the heck?
It's just a direct threat. That's all.
See, and that's what I grew up in.
Right.
You're not allowed to do that. And it's
right.
Why? Dude? Like,
Well, his mom being, Bible thumper.
Yeah.
Says it right here.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, there's also a part where it says that Jesus accepts everybody.
Yeah,
Everybody.
love that
Stop
name.
bringing it
Right? Yeah, we're getting called out for that too.
On that note, should we do the hurdle?
Oh yeah,
we
we're
hurdling?
getting towards the end. So
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, Wordle became a big thing for a long recently, and really over the pandemic, and it sprouted off a lot of imitators and things influenced by it. The one that has gotten me, I do play Wordle every day, but there's a very similar thing called Hurdle, and Hurdle's run by Spotify, and you effectively have 6 chances to guess a song. That's part of their kind of pretty extensive library. You get the first second, and then you try to get it. You try to guess. It is from their library, so as you start typing in things, it'll kind of show you what's available for what you're thinking.
Yeah.
So if you put in an artist, there's only a few songs from that artist, or maybe they're not in there at all. If you get it wrong, you get another second. You get it wrong again, you get 2 more seconds. And it keeps going until on the last guess, you get 16 seconds of the song.
Which is 6 tries, right?
It's 6 tries, yeah. And then if you don't get it, then you just don't get it.
Yeah.
But either way, it's an absolute blast, especially for people who know music. It's like, I thought I knew music until I started playing this. So.
Yeah, no. Look, I stopped listening to music after 2007.
That's
so
right. So everything that shows
it's
up,
new,
If
I'm
it's
fucked.
not a rock band song.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
All right, so we're gonna do it for today, and for any people who don't want spoilers, who ever see this, it is April 11th, but I don't think we're gonna put up anything until after this. So screw you guys. Here we go. Oh, this is bad. All right,
okay,
here we go.
Wait, put it up to the mic.
Yep, here we go. That's all it is.
The song that I
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
Blue
got
Orgy?
the
no?
synthesizer.
Yes,
Blue Monday?
yes, Blue Monday. Blue Monday.
Monday.
Let's try it.
Really?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Come on, be there.
Not
Blue
Orgy, though.
Monday
It's
is not
New Order, right?
The original one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that sounds right, but Blue Monday is not on there.
All right, well, that was my.
Dude, I have no idea.
That was
Yeah,
my.
we need one more
contribution.
second of that, dude.
Okay, so let's try this again.
It's
telling you,
still the
it
one
keeps
That's
going.
what it sounds like. That's what it definitely what it sounds like.
I'm just waiting for the
Footsteps or
synthesizer.
something.
Bring out your dad.
Oh man.
No, I have no idea.
Just gonna see if there's any other blue anything that is along the lines of Chill Bill. That's a
yeah.
for another time too.
Sounds
Alright,
like
so
I was going for that Cure song, or not Cure. Was that Blue Monday?
Blue Monday was the
Yeah.
Was the one that I was thinking
Yes,
of?
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that song.
Okay.
How does it feel?
That's it.
That's it. That's
Oh,
all.
we didn't put a guess in.
No,
yet?
I haven't put in a guess. Okay,
Kind of also sounds like that one AFI song. The when you were, isn't there footsteps?
Oh
in
yeah,
there?
yeah. Was that Fire Inside or?
There's no,
Love Like Winter, but I
Love
don't
Like
know.
no, there's no AFI.
Okay.
There's no AFI.
Well,
All right, are we just gonna have to?
I bet somebody's already
we don't have.
watching.
We don't
it.
have. We don't have time. We're
We
just
can
gonna
cheat
skip
with
it.
Shazam, but
No,
we're
no.
not gonna do
Well,
that.
we also
Yeah.
have a
Not
second
cheating.
cheat.
No cheating.
No cheating. Cheating's for losers.
We do have a second cheat that is not necessarily a cheat, so we'll be mild losers if we go that route where I
Yeah.
can, instead of getting 16 seconds, we can get 30 seconds of the song towards the
But
end.
we're not gonna do.
We're not doing that yet.
Yeah.
Skipping it. Here we go. 2 seconds.
No, it's not. Did he say everybody? Like everybody? No.
I don't think so.
Can't.
Oh.
Oh, was it?
Oh, Ken.
Well, that's
Sounds
the
like
way to
can't.
start it.
Like you're saying can't.
Yeah.
Can't?
So I can put in can't, and the songs that start with or that have can't in it are Can't Hold Us with
it's not
Macklemore
that.
and
Not
Lewis.
Macklemore.
I Can't Help But Feel from Surfaces. Can't Stop Red Hot Chili Peppers, obviously
That
not.
one.
Can't Stop the Feeling.
Nope, not that one.
I Can't Get No Satisfaction.
Nope,
Can't
not that
Tame
one.
Her, Zara Larson. I'll throw
No,
that
because
one in.
that's
you know
a
that
girl.
Oh.
So
Yeah, it sounds like a group, right?
Yeah,
it's a
it did
group.
sound-
So I would pick the surfaces.
Okay,
Okay.
not it.
Okay.
Not it.
Not even
If we get the artist right, it will let us know via the wrong guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
It'll show up as
4
yellow.
seconds now. All right, let's go ahead and finish this. See how long it gets.
Oh, that's new. I don't know.
I'm out.
I'm out. That's
All right.
new.
Well, good. Have a good one, guys. It was good.
That's right. That's still gonna... That's got to be new, right?
I'm gonna put in Tame Impala because that's always what it is. Whenever I get it, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, that's more sounds more poppy.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Well, I
got
might
pop.
know it, so
Okay.
That
calm
would be this
yourselves
one.
here.
All right. Go
Let
ahead and
us
put
know
your
in the
thing
comments if you already got it by now.
All right.
No, we've already been cursed out.
Yeah, they're like, you read it. How do you not know?
Yeah, it was almost like a
Xennials.
remake of the high pitch
the-
ding ding, like the rapper. Oh God, it was on Friday or Training Day.
Oh, I got nothing on. We were talking about that, but I don't remember the
me hear
soundtrack
it
saving my
again.
life. We've definitely heard this song.
Piano.
I've heard it.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. What is their name?
All right.
I'm on.
I'm gonna give you about 15 seconds. Then I'm gonna put in this guess, and then we'll get more of it. Because, like I said, it's like it was. What was funny was I used to do that with like Billie Eilish and Selena Gomez and like some more popular stuff. It's like where I just start putting in popular names of like stuff that I know I wouldn't understand or wouldn't get. It's like even with Eilish, like I know some of her stuff, and it's like I can usually start pigeonholing that, but even then it's like it still doesn't work obviously because we recently got a Billie Eilish one wrong. So
yeah,
we did.
That's the one that I thought was Melanie Martinez.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, dude, I didn't know Billie Eilish like sings like that.
Right.
I was just hear her whisper all the time.
See, I can't. I think I know what band it is, but I can't.
Just give me the band name.
I can't
That's
remember
all I
their names.
Oh.
That's my problem. I'm trying to go into my.
It's Tame Impala. I'm just gonna tell you, it's Tame Impala. That's.
You're like, I got this.
No.
Go O-Town or something. I don't know.
O-Town.
98 degrees. That's all I know.
O-Town and forever.
Yeah, right? And I want it all.
What was that? Liquid Dreams was the big song.
That sounds right, but I don't remember honestly.
O-Town, I think was
because they only had like one or two real hits, right? Like
yeah, Liquid Dreams. I remember was I think one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like right at the turn of the century.
Yeah.
2000.
Kind of the height of it. All right,
it's gonna
keep looking. I'm gonna turn this.
Maybe it's another Macklemore guy.
It is not. It is not Tame Impala. It's 8 seconds.
Nope, I got nothing.
Yeah, I got nothing.
All right. So, podcasters, we failed today. Yeah, old.
We're old.
I'm going
and
one
we suck.
direction from here.
I know that you guys are screaming at us right now, saying what it is.
All the young kids are like,
Yeah.
Francis and the Lights.
Okay.
See if they're on there.
Come on, Francis and the Lights. That is not how you spell that. I've got Francis Forever and Francesco Yates.
No, it sounds like his voice from that band, but if it's not, then it's not.
No.
God,
All right.
And everybody goes,
Right.
yeah.
Look, you've already had to call us out
Heads are
once on
exploding
this.
right now.
How about
There's
not
like-
doing that again? All right. 18 night changes right now. Those are my 3 options at this point. Because I know
For
the other
One
2.
Direction?
Yeah, I'm just going to put One Direction in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I would do Night Changes.
let's do it. It is not.
no.
All right.
Doesn't
So-
sound like
See the
Harry
cheat.
Styles or
Yeah,
Sam
yeah.
Smith.
No.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah.
So, ready to cheat?
Yeah.
30 seconds. Here we go.
No, Khalid. It's
Is
Oh.
it KHA?
yes.
KHAL.
Yep. Okay, so Lovely, The Hard Way, Numb, Silence, East Side. Oh,
It's
Lord,
not
we got a
East.
lot of-
It's not East Side. It's not. No.
Oh, never mind. Hold on. Let's see. How do I? Okay, ID.
Well, she's
Okay.
like Khalid, I
Oh,
don't
we
think I
still
think
got
it's
11.
DJ
Good grief.
Khaled.
Lovely. The
Yeah,
Numb,
another
Silence, East Side. 18.
I know what
Better.
it's not.
Okay.
It's not the Logic one.
Okay. So OTW Be Like That. Saturday Night Remix. I'm tempted to go Saturday Night Remix.
It's not Marshmallow.
Okay, so keep Marshmallow
It
out
might.
of them.
It might be.
Yeah, you guys are
Hard
just
way?
guessing.
Might be the
now.
Hard Way.
Yeah.
Let's go Hard Way.
Do it.
Okay, she is right. It is Khalid.
It's Khalid. All right. All right. There we go. We're not all that old.
It is not. It is not Hard Way though. So
Okay.
Represent.
we have one guess.
Okay.
Oh, God, come on.
All right.
So I know what it's not.
Yes. So
So
We know it's not the hard way. Lovely, most likely
it's not numb.
It is not numb or silence.
It might be silence.
Oh, it might be silence. Okay.
It's not East Side.
It is not East Side.
It's not 1-800.
It's not the number.
It's not the number one.
Better.
Well,
Okay.
did
We
he
got
say any,
one more.
Did he say any words? Maybe we can figure out from the lyrics.
Oh, here. Sorry.
Silence, but I don't know.
Well, none of us know.
Yeah,
But we know it's
because he woke up in the morning and he wants just complete silence.
Okay. So
Right, that's
silence
it.
is up there.
I don't know.
Better is possible. Silence, better.
the hard way. We picked
I
that
don't
one,
know.
right?
Yeah.
This is surely the hard way of
Yes.
figuring this out.
Yes. All right. Any final answers?
Let's go.
No,
silence.
just pick one.
Yeah, pick
Silence.
one. Yeah,
Silence.
Here we go.
Ah, it's Steen.
18.
It was 18?
18? Ah, dude.
Hey,
Yeah.
we got the artist though.
There you go. Exactly.
We
You got
did.
4. All right.
All right, guys.
That's the end of it.
Thank you guys.
Bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah.